This is my review of the last Saiyuki Chapter 8, Allies. So, yeah, after that amazing, awesome power they showed last chapter, Sai asked them how. How were you able to do this when you're just a human? How were you able to attain this amazing power? And Ryu turns to Koru and he says, yeah, why is that? Huh? I don't know. I really don't know. They just look back and forth. They're like, I have no idea what's actually happening right now. And then neither of them has any idea. It's just absolutely hilarious. Though Sai does mention something interesting. He says, "Is this the reason that your father brought Koru here? Could it be that this was what he was going after the whole time, for them to somehow combine a power so that he can attain this new form, this Super Saiyan form? There might be something special about him after all, something in his bloodline or some special ability that he has that he wasn't aware of quite yet." Anyway, so he basically explains it that once she said that she wanted to stay, he could feel their souls merging, and when he did, he came to understand her feelings. He came to almost read her mind. Basically, he just said that Koru doesn't know you, how to really use the extendo rod, and that if I'm with Koru, I won't lose to anyone. So I guess Koru and Sai don't actually know each other. I don't know, I assume they were, like, together at one point, but then were split apart or something happened. I'm still very curious about their past and how they came together. Hopefully we'll learn more about that down the road, but anyway. So then Sai used the extendo rod underground, which I really like. That's a really cool way to use it, enemy won't see it coming. I mean, Pop saw it coming. He was able to, feel it or sense it or something. But of course, that's nothing for Super Saiyan Ryu, because he turned the freaking rod into a blanket, a shield that completely surrounded him to protect him. I mean, really, if he can do this, if he can just, like, make a, turtle's shell around him, and then, shoot it back, he's basically invincible. You know what I'm saying? He can literally just make, like, a shield and then sit inside of it. Whenever an enemy, gets close, he can just shoot it out of the shield and kill him without any risk or harm to himself. It basically would make him invincible. Assuming there's reasons why they're not going to do that, but that would literally be how he could become invincible. And seriously, then just by his extender rod touching their extender rod, he was able to take control of it and make him punch himself. Oh my god, I love that. And even Sai was like, that's impossible. Of course, Sai's like, no, I'm not going to give up. I mean, you can torture me all you want, but I'm afraid there's just no way you can break me. Then he says something very interesting. We have a certain monster we need to materialize, but in order to do so, we need to open a lot of mouths at the same time, and the only one in the world who can do that is Koharu. Why? I mean, they need to create one monster, one fear, one godlike demon. I mean, why? What reason could they have for wanting to create that one specific one? I mean, why not 100 little ones? What will this one do? What will this one be capable of doing that none of the other demons who came before it could do? And why do they need to... I don't know, this is very weird to me. Why are they working towards this goal? Though I do think their goal will end up coming true, just based on the first chapter, the video that was revealed of Koharu talking. Gaslighting was the name of it. Remember, if I had to guess, I'd say that's how that big monster is going to come about. They're going to, kidnap Ryu and Koharu and torture them until she makes the video. Everyone online is going to see it, and then all their mouths open simultaneously, fuse together, and form the Demon King whatever that will go on to endanger all of humanity until Ryu and Koharu go Super Saiyan and obliterate it. At least, that's what I imagine. And then Sai says something very interesting. He asks him, will you become my ally? Which, okay, that's unexpected. And I'm sure it was a lie, but if there's a way that he thought they could work together, towards a common goal. What would it be? I'm very interested in finding that out. Anyway, then his head falls off. I mean, it's literally reduced to ashes in a second, so... Yeah, this guy that shows up is clearly stronger than Pops, I'm going to assume, just based on the amount of force he was able to launch at Sai in a single second. Of course, it wasn't the real Sai. The real one was out playing video games. What looks like Mario, an old school controller. The UI looks like it. Anyway, that was just a copy of him. But he was like, I probably should have gone myself. I'm guessing that this kid wouldn't have been able to kill him if he'd gone himself. Apparently, he's the master, and the girl is the student. And as he explained, the corpse is melting, so it was just a monster. Though I'm not sure if he actually knew that when he ripped off his head. So, yeah, I'm a little suspicious about this guy. Oh, we also learned his father's name, Gohaku. I've been calling him Pops this entire time. I might still continue calling him Pops. But yeah, so Gohaku is his name. And and this boy asks him, why is Son Goku's other half here? So, yeah, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Assuming they're talking about Kohuru. Hell, they might be talking about Ryu. Maybe he's actually the other half of Son Goku and reincarnated or something. I'm fairly certain he's talking about Kohuru, though. So here's the question. Why is Kohuru there? I mean, it was said last chapter that Pops, still calling him Pops, betrayed his allies and hid Kohuru there instead of, I don't know, turning her over or killing her. If I had to guess, I'd say it's the kind of situation where he thought that the power could be controlled, especially if she formed a bond with someone like Ryu. And the other one's like, no, that can't happen. We just need to stop her. She's too dangerous to be let out. Let's put her in a deep, dark cage and never open the door. So, yeah, I'm assuming, next chapter is going to be a whole stay of execution thing where, like, Kohuru has been sentenced to death. He's like, but I can control her powers. And they're like, then we shall test you. And after he passes, he's like, all right, we're putting a stay on the execution for right now, but she's still going to be executed. But just right now, you can use her powers. For now. Though we need to train you in our ways. And then his whole training montage where he learns more about the extendo rod. I mean, he's already basically used it in ways that I never expected. I mean, he turned it into a freaking shield. I did not see that coming. And if he literally just changed the shape and, of all that, everything about it, then there are way more ways it can be used than I ever imagined. And I'm excited to see what they do with it, how different people use it. Like I said, this kid apparently seems to have some authority. One girl called him Master, and he looks like he's talking down to Pops. So I'm assuming he's one of the higher ranked, and he has more power than some of the others do. Of course, there's like a power level, like speed, strength, durability. That'd be interesting, I think. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on Last Saiyuki, Chapter 8. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think is going to happen to Pops in the comment section down below, and if this weird kid can be trusted. Be sure to like and subscribe, and until next week, peace.